It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Thank you. Of course, today does carry a huge significance with us because it is also the United Nations International Day Against Drug Abuse and the Illicit Trafficking of Drugs. And while we know that the two, and of course the myriad of crimes that stem from the illicit trafficking of drugs are still a massive problem, within that maelstrom we are finding some unbelievable stories of hope, like that of Derek Merifield, who 3 years ago found the strength and the power to turn his life around. This is an amazing story.
According to the World Health Organization, 15% of SA's population have a drug problem, and this high level of drug abuse costs the country over 20 billion rand a year. We've developed a reputation as one of the drug capitals of the world. It's a tough habit to break, and people like Derek Merifield know what it means to have drugs completely take over your life.
I started taking drugs with a girlfriend at the time. My very first drug was ecstasy. Before that, I had smoked dacha or weed, but it really wasn't a major thing to me. And as time went on, I schnoff, cat, and then I got into cocaine. And after that, the dealer never had cocaine, and I landed up smoking crack. That was my devil drug. I would have done anything for it. I work for a family business, and a lot of the time I'd go do deliveries and fall asleep at the company that I was at, or at whoever I was collecting from. I used to coach sports for a high school, and I would tell the business that I'm going to go coach, and I would actually just go to my place and sleep it off and carry on using. There was no trust. I used to steal from my mom. I used to steal from my business. I used to lie to my mom, brother, sister. I first went to rehab in the early 2000s. They told me that I had a drug problem, but I never had a drinking problem. And I carried on drinking, and eventually my drinking led back to my drug of choice. 4 years ago, I went to a bachelor's party, and I just got my 10-year bonus from the company. And I'd used pretty much 90% of it on drugs. And I'd phoned to organise my drug of choice at the time. And as he parked across the road, the dealer, and as I ran across, my brother caught me.
I personally did not know that Derek had a drug addiction or that he was using at all. It came to my attention at a friend's bachelor's where some guys caught him buying. I confronted him. It was a huge blowout, and I threatened to stop him seeing his nephews and nieces. I cut off ties with Derek at that time, and after a 6-week stint at the rehabilitation centre and 6 months working here and staying at a halfway house, he's rehabilitated, and 3 years down the line. Very proud of him.
I always say you must support your family, but you can't support the drug addiction. And if they're not going to want to help themselves, there's very little you can do.
Life now is good. Like, I really can't complain. I've got an amazing family. I've got a support system. I've got what they call a sponsor who's truly amazing. I've been with him for the past 3 years. He tells me what I'm doing wrong, but he also tells me what I'm doing right. I've got a relationship with my mother that I never thought possible.
Derek has come a long way to achieve and maintain sobriety. He and countless others are proof that addiction can be overcome and that drugs don't enhance your life, they diminish it.
Well, incredibly proud of Derek and the Merifields as family doing some incredible work there. Now, we found that researchers found that more than 11% of South Africans have addiction problems, and the drugs of choice at the moment, marijuana and alcohol. Now, for people caught in a cycle of addiction, it can feel like all hope is lost, but I think people like Derek serve as a reminder that anyone can kick their addiction and regain control of their life. But of course, it does need help and a bit of support. And if you're someone who is battling with an addiction, or you know someone who is in that situation, the Sanka situation, they are there to help you out. You can contact Sanka on 086 1472622. That's 08614 Sanka. Give them a call. They've got so many people there ready and willing and trained to help you in the way that you need.